Here is the deal. Mortgage rates are not just low, they are hovering near historic all-time lows. In addition, home appreciation in this market is not a myth. It is a reality. My name is Kevin Martini, and in this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast is all about mortgage rates and home prices.
This is the Martini Mortgage Podcast with Kevin Martini.
Welcome and thank you for investing your time to tune in. As a primer, this is the 104th episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, which is being recorded here at the Martini Mortgage Group headquarters, which is located in downtown Raleigh, and it is being recorded in the month of June. June is National Homeownership Month. Now, without question, homeownership has financial benefits, but homeownership also has non-financial benefits too. You know, according to a survey I read, 93% of homeowners said that owning a home made them happier. 88% of homeowners said that buying a home is, and I quote, best decision they ever made, end quote. And 79% of homeowners have said in the survey that they believed owning a home has changed them for the better. You know, I truly believe homeownership matters, and I believe that homeownership creates not just a roof over your head, but a path to create generational wealth. Sadly, with many people, their perception is their reality. With that said, many families overestimate the credit score that is needed to secure a home loan. You would be surprised at what your credit needs to be. Let me share this nugget. It can start with a 5. Many families overestimate the monies needed to buy a home and get a mortgage. Right now, even in this COVID world we are living in, there are low and no down payment mortgage solutions offered. The reality is homes are available for sale and money to buy those homes is available too. So please don't let your perception or the myths that you've heard prevent you from exploring your options. Connect with a local and trusted mortgage strategist to discover what options you and your family may have available. Now let me get this off my chest. We are living in a different world today. Different is not a bad thing. You know, in England, they drive on a different side of the road, not the wrong side of the road. It's just a different side than we drive here in the U.S. COVID has impacted the economy without question, but housing is the shining star, not only before COVID, but also during COVID, and I truly believe it will be in the future too. As a primer, let me share an Instagram hashtag Kevin Martini Live talking point. A home buyer and a home seller have two different objectives. A home seller should be most concerned on where home values are headed over the short term. In the short term, they need to be concerned about home values. However, a home buyer should not be concerned about price. A home buyer needs to be most concerned with the long-term cost of home ownership. In the summer 2020 edition of the Martini Buyer Guide called Things to Consider When Buying a Home, on page 6, there's an article called Two Things in Your Corner: Mortgage Rates and Home Prices. Oh, by the way, you can get free access to the Martini Buyer Guide by going to www.martinibuyerguide.com. Again, www.martinibuyerguide.com. Today, mortgage rates and home prices are working to the advantage of not just a first-time home buyer, but also repeat home buyers too. If homeownership is right for you, I truly believe that sooner rather than later is the ideal time to buy a home. Let me talk about mortgage rates and home loan rates, if you prefer to call it that. Today, mortgage rates are not just low, they are pretty darn close to historic all-time lows. Low mortgage rates will allow one to amplify their buying power. Will they be like this forever? I don't know. Where are the rates actually headed? I don't know that either. But I know that they are epic right now, and the only guarantee is how the market is today. It is important to keep top of mind that a home buyer does not need to be concerned about the price of the home, but the long-term cost of home ownership. The interest rate you secure when buying a home will not only greatly impact your monthly housing costs, but it will also impact your buying power too. Listen, if you think home loan rates will be low forever, I have a news flash for you. I think you're incorrect. As rates increase, and it's not a question of if, it's a question of when rates will increase, it will impact the price of the home you can afford and could impact what your long-term cost for that home is. As a general rule, if interest rates move upward by 1%, your buying power is reduced by 10%. Let me share this. I have found that there's a difference between a $300,000 home and a $270,000 home. That is the impact of a 1% movement in interest rates upward. Again, if buying a home is in your plan, doing it sooner than later could give you the lowest cost of borrowing. Explore your options. Remember, it should always be a home loan first and then go find your home. If you want a frictionless process that provides you with not just clarity of the economics, but provides you and your family with certainty, give the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage a call at 919-238-4934. Now let me talk about home prices. Right now, inventories for homes for sale is low. Now, I am not saying there are not homes for sale, but on a national level, there's about a 4-month supply. A properly supplied market has a 6-month supply. Since there's a ton of first-time home buyers out there, and there's a ton of families that are either upgrading or downsizing right now, demand remains very strong. Oh, by the way, downsizing does not mean downgrading, and moving up based on the current environment does not necessarily mean more every month. You know, last week, my business partner and fellow mortgage strategist, Logan Martini, he helped a family upgrade to a larger, more expensive home in a different neighborhood, and their mortgage payment was actually less than they were paying previously. When you look at demand, specifically that the demand is greater than the supply, that means, to me, pricing is going to go up. Now, granted, prices may not go up as fast as they have in the past, but this should give one some clarity about buying in the current market. You know, according to data from Zillow, newly pending home sales were up 24.5% month over month. New listings taken were up 19.3% month over month. Inventory is here, and it's trickling in because sellers are concerned with the short-term price, and they need to move up or they need to downsize. This highlights the perfect opportunity, to me, if you want to buy a home. Let me close with this. We all need to have a roof over our head. You can rent that roof or you can own that roof. I truly believe it's easier to make $1 million on real estate than it is at your 9-to-5 job. Today, even in a COVID world, when Americans are asked what the best long-term investment is, the answer is real estate. over stocks, over bonds, over gold. Mortgage rates are hovering near record lows, and home prices are projected to appreciate, not depreciate. Find the time to seek out a trusted and local mortgage strategist that has a servant heart. Remember, it should always be loan first, home second. If you want or need help, give me, Kevin Martini, or my partner, Logan Martini, a call here at the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage by dialing 919-238-4934. Thank you for listening, and thank you in advance for sharing this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast with someone that might benefit. Stay safe. Peace and blessings.
The Martini Mortgage Group makes real estate dreams a reality with trusted advice in a stress-free environment with great rates and on-time closings while providing a world-class experience. If you or someone you know has questions about the current mortgage rates or the current mortgage programs, please reach out to the Martini Mortgage Group at 919-238-4934. The information contained in this podcast presentation is for general product information purposes only. Arklatex Financial Services, LLC, NMLS number 2143, doing business as Benchmark Mortgage, makes no representations or warranties of any kind expressed or implied about the completeness, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services. All loans subject to borrower qualifying. Other restrictions may apply. Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS number 143962. Branch located at 5650 Six Forks Road, Suite 101, Raleigh, North Carolina 27609. Contact the branch by calling 919-238-4934. Equal housing opportunity.